Doing your boots, hope you're good. I'm going to talk about exercise and losing weight, gaining weight, muscle and myths and everything, and kind of make it real simple for you, how you can kind of determine what's the best route to go down. Putting it in layman's terms, never to patronise you, to make it really simple and try and hopefully educate you and make this whole health and fitness industry make sense and you can work it and use it. Here we go then. So let me look at it. So one big myth straight away is if I lift weights, I'm going to get big and bulky. It's rubbish. When I say it's rubbish, I'll be more detailed than that. Yes, it is, and no, it's not. No, it's not. If you are going to start lifting your own body weight at a bare minimum, more like 1.5 times your body weight, or 2 or 2.5 or 3 times your body weight, squats, deadlifts, massive weights. So I'm talking, at least 70 to start with, 60, 70 to start with, but I'm talking about more like 100, 150, 200 kilograms, throwing that around 3, 4, 5 times a week. You will then, to be able to do that and need to do that, be able to fuel your body. You'll need a massive amount of calories to be able to have the energy to do it. And then a massive amount of calories afterwards to then be able to repair your body and then make sure it's fueled enough to be able to continue to do it the week. I'm talking for a man, maybe 4,000 calories, a woman, maybe 3.5. I'm talking eating chickens galore and lifting massive weights. So the next time you say or you think, if I lift weights, I'm going to get big and bulky, I don't want that. It's not going to happen. Unless you're eating 3.5, 4,500 calories a day and you are shifting 70, 80 as a bare minimum. I'm talking more like 100, 150 kilograms around. If you're doing that 4 or 5 times a week, you are looking to grow and get big and have size and be an absolute monster. Nothing wrong with that, but that's the first fact of the matter. If you're not doing that, don't worry. Picking up an 8 kilogram, a 15 kilogram, even a 20 kilogram, you are not going to turn up the next day like Arnold Schwarzenegger, I promise you. Second thing, just generally losing weight. If you scale focus, you just want to get thin. That's what I call it. You're a bit like a marathon runner shape. You just want to, you don't care about any tone, you don't care about having biceps, you don't care about abs or chest or muscle tone, leg tone, bums. You don't care about any tone whatsoever. Just run, just aerobic exercise. Loads of aerobic exercise and you'll keep your calories at a good intake. That'll be roughly around the average intake per day you need, maybe a little bit more, because as I've always said, to do any sort of exercise, you need fuel to be able to do it and then fuel to be able to recover. If you drop your fuel, you'll get ill, you get sick, and you won't see the results you want. But you put yourself in a calorie deficit and you just basically look to run aerobically, rowing, anything like that whatsoever, if it's just that only. You can do that in Zumba class as well. You can do it in HIIT classes, boot camp classes. You drop the weights, you lift in 2s and 4s, so you're not really weight orientated, but you're working your backside off running and doing anything really quickly at high speed for long periods of time to burn lots of calories, lots and lots of calories. Third thing, and this is the thing I would always put to people, is the best way of training, because it ticks health, fitness, and all components of that. So I train like this, so I like to try and keep myself strong, try and keep my body fat down. I need to make sure my body grows. I want some muscle mass. I want to have muscle definition, but I'm not interested in turning up like Arnold Schwarzenegger. So I need a lean muscle mass, reduce my body fat, and make sure I'm strong, healthy, and mobile. So what you do then is you hit the middle ground between the two. You basically look to lift quite heavy, as heavy as you can to challenge yourself. Remember what I said about all heavy weights. I'm not about, if you're going big, we're talking 80s, 90s, 100s, etc., big time. But you look to then also have that aerobic capacity as well. So you would look, for example, like we do at boot camp or HIIT, to try and lift weights that challenge you, and then on top of that, as quickly as you can, with minimize your rest. That way you're working anaerobically, and you're also looking to develop strength components, muscle development, as well as burning fat. It's the hardest way to train because you're doing 2 components. That's why big bodybuilders don't really get out of breath that much over long periods, because they're only shifting weights for say 3, 4, 5 rounds, which are massive. It works a lot, their body, Jesus Christ, it's massive for them, but they're not going to develop a big aerobic capacity. Likewise, long distance runners or endurance athletes find it hard then to actually lift weights because they're not strong, because they've got no muscle definition. You want to be in the middle. So for example, best way to define it, if you can lift your own body weight, so things like, for example, or close to it, so things like, for example, dips, pull-ups, that's brilliant. Doesn't have to be for a long period of them, 1, 2, 3, that's strong, that's fantastic. If you can increase your strength levels by doing press-ups, you start off with 1, then get to 10, fantastic. They're the kind of things I want about shifting your body weight around, and to add with that, For example, you're lifting around maybe half of or third of your body weight by with weights, so like kilograms. You're lifting 16s, 20s, 21s, 10s, 8s, whatever comparable to your actual weight. Then you're looking to have not much recovery. You need some, but not much. That way, aerobically, you're fit and healthy. Heart and lungs develop good capacity. You're strong because you can lift your body weight, or you're lifting weights to help develop lean muscle mass and keep them strong. And then also on top of that, my beautiful people, you will find two things happen. You will drop body fat. You will lose a weight, as in like kind of the scales, but that won't dramatically happen. Remember how to do that? That's just running, nothing else. This way, for example, you develop shape, you develop fitness, you develop health, and you get strong and you become mobile. And then what happens is you don't get defined by the scales, like scale only aerobic runners. And on top of that, you're not looking for strength and big, massive size. You're not shifting enough weight in the first place. So for example, a session I did this morning, I did, for strength element, I did 5 sets of 5 of squats at 130 kilograms. And then I've dropped away. I've done a bit like you do, guys, the squat and press. The thrusters are cool with a kettlebell. 30 kilograms, I've dropped and pressed, did that 20 times, I then pulled straight off, went 20 bodyweight dips, came back, 15 squat and press, 15 dips, 10 and 10, 5 and 5, then back up the ladder. I was sweating, absolutely dripping, because I had minimal recovery. I needed recovery at times, so that's my aerobic capacity working, helping me to burn calories. But I'm not lifting a massive amount of weight, but my body weight and 30 kilograms, which I can comfortably manage, that's for me. So it still helps grow my muscle, get a lean muscle mass. So they're the 3 key components. Just want to be scale orientated, lose weight, drop that, not interested in muscle tone, run, aerobic, long distance, lots of. Want to become a monster, pick up the biggest weight you can and keep developing it, and you want to try and get to 1, 1.5, 2, maybe 3 times your body weight and shifting it around with no aerobic input at all, lots of recovery, massive calories, or middle ground, which I would advise, which is that beautiful one of your body weight stuff, shifting some weights around, 10s, 20s, 30s, challenge yourself so it's not too easy, but challenge yourself so it is a bit of a stretch, and then minimize your recovery. That way you can sit in between the 2 components, and guess what? Strong, muscle mass, shape, lose weight, look fucking awesome. All good?